All right, y'all. It's the Nonsense and Deep Thoughts Podcast.
Wait. Come on. Hold on a second. Hold on.
Give it up for your hosts, Corey and Justin, with producer in the back who does all the work. Give it up for Jared.
Oh,
what the fuck was that?
That's that new. That's that new hotness.
God damn. I was like,
Ooh, that was a ginger sip. I was gonna try to do it. I was gonna try to be like Steven Crowder, but I can't do it, man. Ooh, that's hot. That's hot. We're trying coffee tonight. I'm not a big coffee guy.
it's not coffee.
Fuck, Jared. Fantastic job on the new video. Justin, did that catch you off guard?
Yeah. I especially like the end. Jared in the back who does all the work.
Yeah.
I loved it.
We've been working on it for a bit.
Yeah, dude, that was fun. That was a lot of fun. I was thinking about it too. Like the regular intro was playing, and I'm like, oh, I wonder if he's gonna do the new one that he was talking about. Let's see. I dig it. You know, I like the news headline. It's coffee. It's coffee enough for me. It's close enough to coffee. But anyway, wife. That's my wife in chat.
Yeah. That is a hot chocolate, basically.
I mean, yeah. I guess it's like hot chocolate. I can't drink.
It's a hot chocolate.
I just can't drink bean water. That's not me. I can't do it. Joseph, hello. Tracy, hello. Appreciate you guys hopping in so quick. Joseph, let me take a minute. So the other day, I need to take a minute to apologize to you because the other day, Friday night, I was messing around on StreamYard here, and to do the things I wanted to do, I had to create a studio, but I did not want to schedule it because I don't know why. I just didn't feel like it. And I did not realize that when I created the studio, it would create a future live event on YouTube. And it created it for that moment in time. So when I created this event, Joseph was there and he was waiting, and I had no idea until Saturday morning when I got up and started checking shit. I was like, oh my God. I couldn't believe it.
So you created a live?
Yeah,
never went live.
Well, it said stand
Way to make
by.
us look bad.
Stand by. I was like, no way. There's no way I just did this. Am I not seeing some comments? Am I missing comments on here?
I don't know.
I'm missing something.
Hi, Tom.
I hear a hi Tom. I see a hi Tom, and I don't see a Tom. I don't see a comment unless he's here watching and she can see him and I can't. Don't confuse me because I'm pretty sure I have everything all straightened out.
Oh, does the Facebook thing pop up who pops in?
It might. Yeah, it might do that. Man, so how's your week been? We'll go with the boring stuff first, but we're going to be real quick with the boring stuff because I feel like people get old with that.
First off, fuck daylight savings time. Oh,
yeah.
goddamn, my camera.
Yeah, fuck daylight savings time because, yeah, dude, I was up early again today.
No,
I was worried that. Why?
I had to work 13 hours.
Oh, yes. I didn't think
extra hour. It's only 1 hour and it's not a lot. And
dude,
it's not really bad that night, but it fucks with you. Like, I'm completely fucked up today.
I've never thought about that with graveyard shift workers.
Bro, it's terrible.
Yeah,
you don't ever get used to it.
I had to do that once. 1 year I did overnights, and I forgot that I had to do that. I remember thinking about it. Cameron says, hey, only 2 hours ahead of me now. Yes, in Arizona, they do not celebrate daylight savings, right? Y'all don't switch shit.
As far as I know, the UK next year is dropping it. This was the last year they were doing it.
Joseph said clocks went back for us on the 29th in the UK. Yes, guys, by the way, this show is worldwide. Just want to say.
Maybe Joseph can confirm that.
The show is worldwide. We got listeners everywhere. We're growing. Slowly but surely, we're growing. And the last month, guys, our viewership has rose a ton. A ton. We've gained a quarter of our followers in the last month, and we've been doing this for 3 years. So I think we're on the right path. We're doing good things. And I think the sky's the limit for us. Instead of doing the general chit-chat, the general bullshitting, I just kind of want to mention that. What do you think?
Yeah.
I agree. Thanks. Good talk.
Facts. We don't talk about nothing, man.
We don't. And that,
as our thing said, we talk about absolutely nothing.
I was going to say the fucking little intro video that Jared put together says it all. We're a show that talks about nothing.
Yep.
And it's worked. Look at this. It's worked. Some parts of Arizona do change clocks, but we don't in Phoenix. That's weird. In the same state, they don't all follow the same thing.
I don't get it. Like, I actually tried looking up this week why, and I guess it was enacted. It's something about 1918.
It's for the farmers and the students, isn't it?
So
some shit like that.
A lot of it had to do with they wanted more time for like hunting and stuff like that. So they wanted more daylight, and so it's kind of how they went about it. But then, so recently there were talks about.
But that's counterintuitive for hunting, though, isn't it?
I guess
it gets dark early. You just get out an hour early.
Yeah, I guess that's what they were saying on the internet. I mean, you can't believe everything, but so the whole thing with they were trying to get rid of it in the U.S. and the Senate passed the bill, but the House never approved it. So that's why some states like Arizona are the only ones that kind of don't do the whole daylight savings time because the House wouldn't pass it.
Yeah, I hate it. But like I said, I found out I think Sunday morning I played a little video games. And I was playing with a guy from Ireland, and he was saying this is the last year they're doing it.
I think that's what it should be everywhere, is that everyone should just stop doing it.
Yeah.
Well, my favorite saying on the whole topic was like, it's something that went around Facebook for a couple of years around the same time of year, every year. It says, it's an old Indian saying where they say, old Native American saying that only a white man would think that cutting off the bottom of a blanket and sewing it to the top would give him more blanket. You get the same amount of daylight hours no matter what.
That's deep.
That's fucking deep. I was waiting for fire to come in on that.
Yeah, that's deep right there.
It is. Like, seriously, you're not getting more daylight. I mean, I don't know. I guess I was more awake driving to work this morning. I guess.
No.
Justin can't even think of it. Johnny Gustafson, what's going on, my dude? How are you, man? All right, so without further ado, I guess we can get on in to what we're going to chat about tonight.
Have at it.
She on the ground without a plan, now she got her OnlyFans. She want the bands, now you're fan, out here flexing on the ground. She only drives a foreign, call you when she is bored, and she never had a plan. She got her OnlyFans.
Ooh, I was rocking to that, man. I was rocking to that. All right, so tonight we're going to get into OnlyFans.
I like that beat.
All kinds of shit about it. And I'm a little scared because my wife's in chat and she's probably watching me and listening with eagle eyes and ears and trying to make sure I don't say the wrong thing. But anyway, she knows I love her. But anyway, so don't yell at me, please. But anyway, okay. All right. Shh. I'm going to run away now. So what I've been seeing a lot of going around on Facebook and YouTube Shorts and all this stuff is one of the top pages, one of the top channels that I see pop up all the time is the Whatever Podcast, and they bring on girls who make their money and make their living on OnlyFans. And the one video I saw that got me going crazy was the one girl they were chatting with. And this might have been but this might not even have been the Whatever Pod. It was another one like it where they had OnlyFans women on, and they were talking about, you're just taking advantage of men and this, that, and the other. And she's like, yeah, but they're paying me. All you have to do is stop. All you men have to do is stop paying me, but you won't. So I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. And that hit me. I was like, she's fucking right. She's
Exactly.
right. And that's exactly why I wanted to talk about it, because I kind of wanted to get at where has our society took a turn where this is a normal thing. And well, first off, is it normal? Is this a normal part of our society now?
I mean, have guys always been horn dogs?
I guess it's a tale as old as time, right?
I mean, if you look at it from like an animalistic point of view, all the males are put here to spread their fucking gene.
Yeah,
And
I guess it's human nature, right?
evolved as humans, you're attracted to the opposites of whatever you're attracted to, and you can see it and get instant. And it also leads to instant gratification. Like,
Yes,
that's a huge
that's
thing
our
right
society
now.
today. Instant gratification.
So
absolutely.
you add the wanting to spread your fucking DNA to instant gratification, and you get it all right in front of you for $10 a fucking month. A lot of people are gonna hop on that.
Yeah, Tommy says 2 teachers from Mississippi got caught on OnlyFans. Caught, he uses quotations, and essentially forced out of their jobs, which they seem super thrilled about. Like they're making 10 times the money. The money that these women are making is ridiculous.
So it might have been Mississippi. I think it was Missouri, but yeah. So there's this girl, Brianna Copage. Basically, they found her. Some students found her OnlyFans, and apparently another teacher from the same school had an OnlyFans, and I guess was seen in one of the other videos. Yeah, they both lost their jobs. There was a lot of controversy around, and that's kind of what I brought it up to, because I was listening to this and I was like, this has become more and more lately where teachers, like it's happening with a lot of teachers, and because the fact is, and I pulled it up here, like teachers, they make their starting salary is about $42,000 a year. And they're saying, if you look at it, it's probably teachers make like less than 70 cents on the dollar is what they're saying. And that's why a lot of these teachers are going to OnlyFans.
Well, we must have one of the richer school districts because they pay a lot better than that. But
they pay.
But you're right. You're right, though, and it's insane. Like the more I see this, the more I start thinking that movie Idiocracy is going to come to fruition. It's going to be a documentary. It's going to be a nonfiction movie. It's going to be true. Johnny says, "Have you noticed that there's more sexual content now than anything?" And it is, and the reason for that is the accessibility. It's the accessibility of it
and the money.
Well, yes.
What? If you're gonna start an OnlyFans knowing you can make money, all you're gonna put out is sexually explicit content.
Yeah.
And stuff to drive that. Like,
so where do you stand on the?
But I those teachers shouldn't have been fired.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, so do you think that it's okay for teachers to have these OnlyFans pages? Because so the reason why they could fire these teachers was because it causes disruption in the class, and that's the only reason, because you can't really say that they can't do these. The fact was they can prove that it caused disruption in the class, and that's why they got them on firing the 2 teachers, was because
It's not their fault it caused disruption in the class.
no, it's not their fault. But when it becomes
Kids shouldn't be finding that shit anyway. That goes back to
They're going to.
They're going to. I don't know.
They're going to.
Doesn't mean the teachers shouldn't be able to do it.
I disagree with you.
Money, let them. And I knew you
well,
would.
If they're gonna,
I told you weren't going to like my answer.
No, because that's different than in general.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that the teachers should be allowed to do it, because if they're really making that much more money doing it, then they can do it without the teaching. Because you say the kids shouldn't be on there. The kids are going to find their way there anyway. People are going to talk about it, especially in a small town.
You still do.
Yes, they do. They do a background check to work with children, no matter what. That's a sexual thing. If you have something
not included in a background check, that's not criminal.
No, it's not. It's not a criminal thing. But that's my point. Is that's something lewd, and it's going to disrupt the school, and it's going to. How do you hold authority over someone like that? When you're a teacher, how are you going to hold the authority over those students when they've seen you like that? Because they're going to do it. Well, and I guess it depends on what grade you're teaching too, but
they're two separate things. Like, I don't know.
They are and they aren't. Like, okay, you think I'm going to disagree. Okay, Jared, go ahead.
I was going to say, I don't know if it is now, but I remember, so when you're a teacher, you're not allowed to, I don't know if it was a spoken rule or if it was an actual rule, but you weren't allowed to have any social media. For teachers, so and I think it was because of stuff like this. So where do you guys stand on? They don't have one as a teacher, but back maybe 10 years ago, they had worked in the adult industry, and they had these pictures online, and somebody found them. So where do you guys stand? If it was back then, they don't do it now, and now they're a teacher.
My stance doesn't change.
See, that's so tough now for me. Now I have to think about that, because it's something they did in the past. They're trying to put it behind them. They changed everything.
That doesn't mean
the pictures are out
anything.
there. No, but they're not. Yes, okay, bro. They changed it because they're not currently doing it.
And with your stance on them, you shouldn't be able to. There should be no question for you. It should be the same answer you gave before.
And it might be. But I still have to give it. I still have to give it more thought this time.
But why? It's still going to cause a disruption. They're still going to be teaching kids. How are they going to be able to put authority over those kids? There should be no question in your mind.
If there was a way to get their content out, which is fucking almost impossible. It's almost impossible.
It's out there. Once it's on the internet, it's out there.
But yeah, I mean, you're right. I would probably have to say you shouldn't be able to.
But why? Because you're out there naked or fucking somebody? You're gonna do
on
that
a camera. Anyway. On a camera, bro.
So?
You made your bed, you lie in it. If you decide you want to work in the sex industry,
schools shouldn't first of all, shouldn't have been able to tell teachers they couldn't have social media at all.
Listen, you got to stop yelling over me, because then you can't hear bullshit. You got to chill. Learn how to take a moment and take turns.
And they shouldn't be able to tell them they can or can't do an OnlyFans. They just shouldn't. They're two completely separate things. And maybe they're teaching because they enjoy teaching, but they're making more money doing OnlyFans. So why give up what you enjoy doing if you don't have to?
Here's another question. Do they enjoy doing OnlyFans, or do they enjoy the money that comes from it?
That's an individual thing. That I don't know.
Brandy says, what does it matter what they do outside of school? You're talking to teachers, right?
Exactly.
Because you're doing it in this day and age.
You just have an issue with they deal with kids on the daily.
Yes, that's the reason for everything with teachers.
Right.
Because they deal with kids. They have to conduct themselves in a specific way. If you are working with children, you need to conduct yourself in a specific manner.
Children.
Oh my God.
So your entire a teacher can't be a freak in bed. They're not allowed to be.
No, that's behind closed doors. The internet is out in the
Those
open for
OnlyFans.
everyone to see.
Okay.
Yes, Tommy, exactly. Teachers are public figures. That's why. No. No, yes, there's a big difference between behind closed doors and putting yourself out there on camera, online. There's a big difference. It's
So-
just what's expected.
This is
To me.
nothing to do with OnlyFans, but I'm a public figure. So there's a lot of stuff that I watch, what I post. Obviously, I don't use social media anymore. I've gotten rid of Facebook. I've gotten rid of all that stuff just for the fact that I'm a public figure. And so when I do stuff like this, so we kind of go like with these topics on this show. And so sometimes I'm like, man, I can't really voice how I actually feel because, dude, somebody sees any of these episodes from work and stuff like that, I'm like, I gotta watch it. But it's something similar, nothing to do with OnlyFans, but yeah, the whole public figure thing I get.
So
OnlyFans is private. It is a paid subscription. You're right,
yeah,
Jess.
that's what I was gonna.
You're right. But
So-
people find a way. Photos get leaked. Everything,
That's-
man.
And
You're
that's
a
not the
public
teacher's fault.
figure. That's not
Oh,
behind
you're-
closed doors. It's
There is-
children. I don't want my children exposed to anything. And I get it. They're not
But
doing
they're
that in
not
class.
being exposed to it when they're at school. Just
I
because the
get
teacher
it.
Does OnlyFans?
I understand. I do. And Brandy's right. Parents need to know what their kids are doing and watching. But it's not always possible. It's not. See that, and that's a completely where'd Alexandra's post or comment go? Alexandra, I think to each their own. If you want to do an OnlyFans, do it. That's a completely different topic, and I will give my opinion on that as soon as we're done with this part of it. And listen, Jess, listen to that. Let me read that is what I mean to say because I'm going all over the place here. How many teachers are out there at the bars drinking and driving, risking killing people? Yes, I know that. I think that's bad too. I mean, you need to when you're in public like that, you gotta watch what you're doing because your kids can always come up and find you somewhere. If you do something like that, you drink, you drive, you wreck, your name's in the paper. Your kids will see that. You will lose your job. If you get a DUI, you'll probably lose your job. Like there are different things that you can do that's gonna cost you your job. If you are doing OnlyFans, do
illegal.
OnlyFans. If you're making that kind of
OnlyFans
money,
isn't.
do it. I know that.
So there's a
I know
huge
that.
difference there. And the fact that it is, like Jess said, private. It's a paid subscription.
It is, but their kids find a way. Like teenagers, they will find a way.
That's not the teacher's problem then.
It is, I don't know.
That it by all means behind closed doors. Yes, it's out there on a paid platform.
Brandy says teachers aren't public figures, presidents, etc. are public figures. I disagree.
Are local figures.
I
Teachers
disagree.
Are local figures,
but they're still public. Like they're to their general public. People know them. Like how many people in the community, their kids go to school. They know the teachers. Everybody knows the teachers. Oh well, there's another thing too. Is with OnlyFans, you can do this thing where it puts out a radius like to where people within your own town or like up to a certain amount of mileage away, they can't find your shit. So I guess that could be a good thing. I don't know, man. It's tough. It's tough for me because here's why it's tough for me, guys. I know this is a great one because it's getting everyone all worked up. But the problem with me is because it's a sexual thing. Okay? And the problem to me, if it's a sexual thing, it's a problem with children. This is why, and I don't know how many of you are going to get pissed at me for it. This is why I think drag queens and kids are a bad thing. Because drag queens,
I agree with that.
Drag queens and a trans person are different. It always has been. A drag queen is a sexual performer. You see what they wear, even when they go to the story hours, even when they go to these marches, all these things that they perform at. A drag queen is a sexual performer. It doesn't belong around children. And I see people come back all the time with the comment of, well, then you shouldn't take your kid to Hooters. I agree. You shouldn't have your kids around sexualized things, period. It's not their
But
time
there's
for
a
that.
difference between an OnlyFans and what you're saying about drag queens and Hooters and Twin Peaks and whatever all those other fucking restaurants are. Like, there's a difference because your children are actually there witnessing it. Where OnlyFans, you got to go search for it and then pay for it.
So
Like,
are you saying that it's
completely different?
probably the kid's fault for going on there and exposing the teacher? So it's all okay outside of school, and the kids are the ones bringing it into the school and making it a big deal.
Yes.
So and until, because I pulled up an article here, there was a teacher that actually did an OnlyFans, and it showed some deaths and stuff in the background. So it's only an issue when they actually bring the school into it.
Right. Now,
so if you're gonna film,
if there's teachers
school,
who are doing shit, yeah, that's wrong.
Yeah,
that is fireable to me. Bringing that shit to school, doing videos or photo shoots or whatever the fuck you do in a school, like set up your fucking room or whatever to look like a classroom, that's fine. But that literally do it in a school or the school you work in, that would be fireable.
Brandy Clark said, then don't bring your children there. I'm assuming you mean to Hooters. I agree. Don't. And I also don't think you should bring them to any of those drag queen events, but that's probably going to bring a whole firestorm upon me. Anyway, Jess says, let's talk about foreign countries, Amsterdam, etc. Sex is talked about, not taboo. Children are educated. What age are they educated, and what exactly are they educated about? Are they like 8 years old and they're talking? No, stop.
They grow up around it.
What I want to know is, are they 8 years old and being taught sexual positions? Are they taught what oral sex is? Are they taught about all this at like 8 years old, 10 years old? I think it's different. I think explaining what it is one thing. Literally teaching them about it is another thing.
I was going to say, I think it's middle school. I'm not too sure, but I think it's middle school where they actually teach in health class about, I think now they're starting to talk about blowjobs. They're starting to talk about anal, and I think they're doing it in middle school.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
My son loves Hooters, Jack Ryan says. And Ken makes a good point. I'll give you that, Ken. Why not Hooters? The reason why, because the beach has bikinis with less clothes on than Hooters. Yeah, I mean, I guess you got a point. Well, listen, we had sex ed in middle school, 8th grade or so. We had sex ed.
Yeah.
But it taught you about, the reproductive system. It taught you about what happens what the chances are of getting pregnant, what that entails, like that kind of thing. They didn't tell you about missionary, doggy style, anal, all that fucking shit that you'll learn on your own as an awkward late teen. That's the shit you'll learn on your own. But I don't fucking know.
But you also have to look at having
Hooters doesn't have good wings.
So the access to fucking everything now. The reason that they're probably talking about blowjobs and anal and that shit in fucking middle school now is because these kids have already found it on the fucking internet. They've already come across it.
Yeah, thanks video games for that. Call of Duty and shit. Oh, the chat room's there. Jess says, let me grab my encyclopedia. Kidding, but education is going to protect your children. Maybe yes, maybe no. She says, then they know what is appropriate, when, etc., who should be touching you and who shouldn't. Today's education system scares me. I'm not going to lie to you about that. And I don't know if I trust some teachers. I'm not going to say all, because I do know some teachers and they're great teachers, but I don't trust a lot of teachers to speak appropriately about sexual content. Joel, you're right. We did all know about sex well before sex ed in middle school. We did. And
that was then. What about now? How much do they know now?
And again, accessibility. God, I'm having trouble with that word, accessibility, dude. Which brings me to my next point is, so OnlyFans is okay. OnlyFans for teachers okay. What if they're on Pornhub? Like, not just one video that you find scraping the barrel. What if they make legitimate content regularly for a site like Pornhub?
First off, Pornhub's
Free.
got, like,
How do you prove
paid.
that someone's 18? You click a button. Anybody has access. They're all over the place. Their kids are seeing them get plowed regularly. What now?
Again, it's outside of school. I still don't think that's fireable.
So what? As long as it doesn't involve the students. Brandy has very strong feelings about this.
I'm on.
It is a
point with
public
her,
site.
like,
That's why I'm asking about this one,
Well,
Ariel, is because that is a public site and you don't need a credit card. It's not
Right.
locked up. Anyone
the-
can see it.
It is,
but
well,
the
it
kids
is now that
still
most of
have
these
to go out of
sites-
their way.
most of these
look
sites now
up.
you have to sign up for. So if you're actually going through the trouble of actually signing up for an account, then you're going to look for it. So like with OnlyFans, like a lot of these are free. You know, these sites you have to sign up for. And you're right.
Pornhub, you don't.
Yeah. So you do. Well, here in Virginia, they actually passed a law where they actually made a lot of these porn sites where you actually have to verify that you're over 18 in order to actually view it. And I think they do it like with an IP address, or like if it knows that you're in Virginia, so it knows your location wherever you're viewing it, is what they're trying to do with most states.
I mean, I don't know. I feel it should be regulated better. Brandy's hot right now. Joel says OnlyFans is borderline modeling. Pornhub is full on porn. So there's a difference then between the two, right? So I'll concede on the OnlyFans.
No,
If
because
you give me some room on the Pornhub,
because a lot of people do the OnlyFans to do porn without going through the porn industry.
Yeah,
It's
parents should be
some people
parenting
do
and knowing
to
what their
do
kids are googling. Yes,
to
but
do
it's
modeling.
I agree, Brandy. But it's kids find a way. They always find a way, no matter what.
And that's not the teacher's problem, and they shouldn't be fired for it.
I think here's a better question: if a fucking teacher is making bank on OnlyFans, why do you even want to still teach?
Because teaching's it. In some cases, teaching is their passion. That's what they want to do.
Take away their shit. Yeah, Jess, I agree. Take away their shit. Not the teacher's problem. I love how fired up everyone's getting about this.
Like,
I don't know. I think it's tough. I think as much as you guys might not think so, I think teachers of these children need to be role models. Again, I know people have sex. I get it. It's just children and sex I don't like that. I don't like that. That maybe it's just me. I'm old fashioned. As fucking
because
Jack said
you're
before, I'm a
equating
boomer.
it to like pedophilia. Like you're, but the teacher's
I get
not
it.
in the
I know the
classroom
teacher's
doing
not.
that shit in
I
front
get
of
it.
the kids.
Hard to
Kids
not be
are gonna
addicted to money. Yeah.
find shit. Like I said, like we said, accessibility. That fucking internet, that goddamn phone in your hand.
Well,
that every kid has. They can find anything they want.
Look at what's going on here in Virginia, at least. So election day is tomorrow, and we're voting on like school boards and stuff like that. So it's like a school board. Honestly, if you don't do anything about it, and you get these parents of, you know, these kids that are outraged by them, you think that the school board is going to get elected next year because they did nothing about it and they let the teachers continue. They will not get voted in for another term.
Nope. Joel says, or they just get smart and definitely use an alias and wear a mask on or some shit.
And that's the thing.
I mean,
most of them
you have to. Listen, man, if I could sell pictures of my feet on OnlyFans and make some money, I might do it. I might do it. And listen, I'm telling you right now, I'm not knocking OnlyFans. I'm not knocking people for doing their thing. I just have that issue with the teacher thing and working with kids. I get your guys' point. I understand that. It's in your own thing, your own time. You're doing your own thing. It's supposed to be a private site and all that. I get it. Well, that's just my take on it. But as far as OnlyFans in general goes, fair game. Do what you got to do. That's fine. But I think you have to understand that if you work with children, that it shouldn't. I don't think the two go together.
They don't.
I never said that.
Separate. That's why they're separate.
First off, Justin. Second off, Jess. I never said OnlyFans equals pedophilia. Never said that.
I know you didn't say that.
I didn't say that.
That's what your mind's like
Relating.
Whether you're having an issue with it, because your mind's linking it that way.
Yeah. Sure.
Oh yeah,
Sure.
Michael, I'm very aware of Loudoun County. I'm right next to Loudoun County.
Oh, a person commented. I was like, I've never said that, man. Oh, there's a question from Joseph. Would you let your children sleep around a friend's house whose parents were doing OnlyFans?
If I knew they were doing it, I'd talk to the parents and be like, you ain't doing shit when my kid's there.
What?
But
yeah, what are they doing? And do you want your kids around that?
As long as you're not doing it when my kid's there, I have no fucking issues with it.
Get to know the people. Yeah, exactly. I mean, I have less of a problem with that, I guess.
Plus, put it this way: get to know them. They'll probably buy most of your dinners.
Which is why would I have less of a problem? I guess it depends on if I know the person. Joel says, I think you're in the majority, Corey, and I'm sure the school district in the country would agree. It's the era. It's easy money. The economy is fucked, so the old ways don't make it happen in today's day. So I was looking up some of these incomes from OnlyFans, and it's wild the amount of money these people make. But like the average
millions.
The top one is Bella Thorne. She makes $11 million a year. Is that a year or is that a month?
That might be a month.
And then like Cardi B's on there too, 9.43 million. Jesus Christ. So the average income at OnlyFans, top OnlyFans performers can rake in between $5,000 and $100,000 a month, but that's not typical. The average on OnlyFans is $180 a month. Who wants to get on OnlyFans? Should I do OnlyFans? Make people pay me to put clothes on? Kids' parents don't have... Nobody's acting like kids' parents don't have sex. There's a difference. I'm just saying there's a difference between being behind closed doors and being out in the public with it.
So just
kids seeing
question. So with your stance, how would you feel like when it started to become disruptive in the classroom? Like how do you think that a school should deal with it when it starts to become where that's all the kids want to talk about? Teacher wants to teach and the kids are sitting here cracking jokes or making jokes about her OnlyFans and she's tired of it. Like what should the school do at that point?
What should the school do? The teacher should have a conversation with the class and be like, listen, that's what I do outside of here. Like, here, I'm a teacher. You're going to listen to me. That's what it's going to be. And if they have issues with it, then they'll have to figure out a way to move kids around or give her a different class, but not fire her.
It's just, again, it's just
gotta
tough.
Fall back to more discipline on the kids than discipline on the teacher. Listen, the kids have to know when they're in school to fucking learn.
Good fucking luck. Have you seen this generation?
I understand good luck. It would have been tough with us too, but that's the way it's got to go. You can't punish the teacher because they did nothing wrong.
Yeah. You know what else is a fucking crazy thing to think about? I don't know if I've mentioned this on the show before. What?
Get a hold of the kids' parents. Like, nab all of those kids' parents and just send a mass email or text or call them or whatever and let them know, hey, your kids are fucking on OnlyFans. Like, take care of this.
Fucking Joel. True, Jess. If you have a child, you had to have had sex to get the child. So every parent is inherently lewd. Oh, guys, there's a difference between behind closed doors and out in public. But here's the other thing that I was getting at or about to get at is you know what's crazy to me is porn is legal. Prostitution is not. And the only difference is a camera and that's it. Because there's still an exchange of money. Why is one legal and the other not?
The only difference between it is the guy getting laid in porn isn't paying for it. He's getting paid to do it. and she's getting paid. They're both getting paid to do it. Where on the street, the dude's paying some crackhead.
It's because someone's paying to watch it. With porn, someone's paying to watch it.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Just looking at P's and B's. Jack Ryan, you're taking it to the extreme. You're taking it to the extreme, and no one's listening to what I'm saying. Behind closed doors, man, is different. Doing things on your own is different. Putting yourself out there on the internet in a sexual manner is completely different than everything you guys have said. Everything. It's completely different.
Putting themselves out there on...
Joseph asked, should a school employ someone known to have sex in public? Well, I mean, if they're having sex in public on the streets, they're going to get locked up anyway. So that's a crime. Porn is safer.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. If they were caught having sex in public,
I guess porn is safer than prostitution.
Well, yeah, they get tested like consistently.
you see what Jess said to you? She said maybe this solicitor is the crackhead, Justin.
That too. Probably.
You got to be hating, bro. You got to be hating.
Yeah, probably both.
Joseph asked, OnlyFans and public sex, what's the difference?
Well, if you get caught...
Well, we can't assume that everyone's having...
It's illegal, so that shows up on a background check. And was illegal. OnlyFans is legal. Big difference.
No, I guess there's a big difference in OnlyFans itself if you're really trying to figure out, like, depending on the content, I guess. Because it could just be like nude modeling as opposed to sex.
Right.
I guess that makes a difference.
But it doesn't.
I got you, Jess.
Because what's on their OnlyFans is their business. Literally their business. And, I mean, don't get me wrong, teachers have the right to express themselves in any way they see fit also, right?
Yeah. Yeah. All right, guys. So let me just remind you, if you're enjoying this show, if you're having a good time fucking around with us, yelling at us, doesn't matter who you're yelling at. If you're having a good time, make sure you hit the like button. Guys, if you're on YouTube, make sure you click that subscribe button and hit the little notification bell so you know when we're going live. And, share the show. That's how we grow, guys. Share the show. Doesn't matter where you're at. Just share the show for us. We've done so great this last month and a half, 2 months, and I want to keep it rolling, and you guys are a big part of that. So please help us out to do that, all right? In the meantime, we'll leave you with this slick commercial break.
Dun, dun, dun.
And I'm single. I'm just looking for somebody who likes to have fun and is a fun-loving type gal. Brunettes are something, and so are redheads or blondes. That's what I really want is someone who'll call me and will love me, because everyone I know is married, and I don't know anybody or anything, and it's just not right because I deserve love like anybody else. I don't need to rummage through the dumpster for a playboy. God, give me a job.
My friend here, Justin, he's already taken, and he's cracked at Fortnite, my guy.
I love the little shit that fucking Jared's been putting together. That's so much fun. Brandy, is Playboy and Playgirl even a thing still?
I don't even know. Yeah, me too, Alex. Me too. Holy fuck.
Did you hear Joseph? Yo, he says, I think I swiped right on him on Grindr. Jess says, soliciting. Yo, should we do a dating game episode with Justin? We talked about this once before.
Yeah.
I think it would be fucking hilarious, not gonna lie. So Scooty says if you do an OnlyFans and you want to do it, you need to promote it on something that's not going to get out to family and stuff, if that makes sense. There's got to be a lot of work that goes into promoting an OnlyFans. I'll tell you that much. It really does. For the
Yeah,
record, just so you guys understand, I have no problem with OnlyFans.
Song and then link it super hard. That's all they fucking do.
I often joke about how I think I should sell my wife's feet pics and sell her socks because we're broke as
bring
fuck.
that up earlier. I didn't.
I have no problem with it. We just got into the whole teacher thing, and that got me going because people started coming after me. So, you know.
So, wait. Your kids are homeschooled. So
also, fuck you, Jack Ryan.
So then how would you feel about your wife teaching your kids knowing you were sexually selling explicit pictures of her feet?
Holy fuck. Their feet.
She's feeding into fetishes, though.
What people do with them.
And your kids could find that.
My kids see her feet every day, though.
Yeah, but they could find that you're sexually exploiting them. Same fucking thing. Same fucking thing.
It's not.
It is.
It's not. Fuck off.
It is.
Because Jack Ryan, because fuck you. That's why. Because fuck you.
But I 100% agree with you. Like you could probably make a fortune doing that because
maybe
people are fucked up.
That's because my wife has damn cute feet. That's why she can make a killing doing it.
I don't know. I don't look. Scoobs would tell you absolutely not. I'll tell you that right now.
So one other thing that was causing a little controversy with this whole thing too was I don't know who it was. It was ex-NBA star Joe something, where his wife filmed his reaction to her starting an OnlyFans and getting his reaction on him finding out. And basically he left, and then she's making this whole thing like, I don't know why he left. It's my body, my choice. I can do OnlyFans I want. You should have known because I was an adult actress before we got married. Yeah, that was before you got married. So you should have a conversation with your partner if you're going to put your body online for others to see. Like, you don't think that you should discuss that with your significant other.
Yeah, see, that's the other direction I kind of want to go to because thank you for bringing that up.
Fucking hot enough to make a fortune on fucking OnlyFans, I'd be like, have at it.
Okay, see, but there's the thing. If you communicate, if she came to you and talked about it and discussed it, there's a big difference between, because that's a big thing with a relationship, man. You got to have that line of communication, an open line. You got to talk to each other. You need that open line of communication. If you both discuss it and you're like, yeah, that's fine, cool, do it. I support you. I got you covered. I'll help you. Want me to take the pictures? That's fine. Nothing wrong with that.
Make videos. I'm down.
But if you go behind your spouse's back and you're keeping it a secret from them and you're not telling them about it, now you're making this money and they're wondering where the fuck the money came from, and then you spill it on them, or someone messages them online and tells them or sends them a photo, or like they send you a photo or something. That's fucked up.
And like Andrew said, I kind of see that as like cheating, going behind the back type of shit. Now, if you just start dating somebody and they had already had an OnlyFans and you found out, like, as you know, a couple months, 6 months, 8 months in, you found out, like, what would your take? Well, you're fucking married. You'll never. Well, what would your take be on that?
Repeat that again.
Or should that? So you start seeing somebody they have an OnlyFans. Should they tell you right away, or is it all right to find out 6-8 months down the line?
I think it depends. I think once you know that you're going to be serious with this person, like if you hold off on that at first so you could try to get to know them a little bit, that's one thing. But I think once you start getting intimate, once you start having feelings for each other, you know, before the big thing happens, before you really fall. Right? Before they really fall for you. Say you're the one, Justin, doing OnlyFans, and a girl really falls for you, and then you tell her afterwards, and they're not okay with it. Then what? What I'm saying? I think once it hits a certain point, once a relationship hits a certain point, that's when you have to say, do I think that you should come off the bat saying it? Yes. Right off the bat. I think you should. But if you want to keep it to yourself until you see where things are going, I think I'm okay with that too.
I don't think I'd care either way.
You wouldn't care. Justin wouldn't care as long as he gets in on that money. He doesn't give a shit. He's not picking
money. Shit, yeah.
Exactly, because fuck him. That's why. Alexandra says people sell farts in jars. Yes, they sell some weird fucking shit. dirty bath water, dude.
Bath water, yeah.
Yeah, good lord. And who said it before? It was Jess. It said toenail. Oh, she said toenail fungi. People sell toenail clippings, Jess. Like, that's a thing. People buy this shit.
That's true. Chris made a good point here.
Bring it up. Nope.
Oh,
let the producer do it. Let the producer do it.
I ain't
Opie.
touching it.
If she's making money, I think it's her right to withhold until she knows it's serious. Some dudes will just stay because of the money. Yeah. And see, that's why I say I'm okay with it. I'm okay. But once you start to get serious, you have to let your significant other know. You have to.
Yep. This way, like,
just be right back, getting rich. Cut those toenails, baby.
Because if they're not okay with it, then you're saving yourself at the same time.
Yeah.
Like,
exactly. Get
I
yourself
think I draw
out.
the line at porn star. But
well, you don't want other dudes fucking your wife?
No, not that. Not okay.
Call me old fashioned. I don't want 5 other dicks in her. I don't fucking know, man.
But
Jack says he may be the reason OnlyFans is profitable. This is the day and age we live. And listen, guys. All right. Again, I'm okay with y'all doing OnlyFans. I don't care. Do your thing. But my question is, why are we paying for this? Like, is it the stripper mentality? Like, guys go into a strip club and they think, oh, I'm this stripper, she really likes me. She really wants me to go in the back with her. And they start forking over all the money. These girls don't care about you. There's accessible photos online for free. Accessible videos online for free. How is it you're paying to subscribe to certain women? I mean, I guess you really like the way they look, but it doesn't make sense to me, man. You're wasting your money. I'll never understand it.
We are. Yes.
Justin just said we are. How many people does he subscribe to? Let's take an over-under. Somebody give me an over-under. Give me an over-under. How many people do you think Justin subscribes to or did at one time?
What was she saying?
People are freaky. Yeah, dude, it is. It is people you know. It's wild. Scoobs, exactly. Pornhub is free. He says
7.
He says, I know a married couple who does it. Just so crazy, and it just sells and makes dirt money.
0.
Oh my god, dude. Over under on 1,000, she says.
Yes.
Jesus.
Jesus Christ.
I would have set it at 3.5. You know, when you set an over under, you got to have it half so that you could pick the one or the other.
There are those times you scroll through TikTok.
What's up,
like,
Polar?
God damn, she's fucking cute. And you click on the profile and it's like, oh, well, there's links. All right. And now I'm curious. It happens.
Tommy says, I've only ever subscribed once. $5 for a coworker out of curiosity.
And the end right there. Out of curiosity. That's where a lot of it comes from. Because you're like, huh. Because there's a couple. There's a couple locals who I've known have done it. And I'm like, I've always wondered. So you go looking.
Yeah. Scoot, he says, I think it's because if it's a famous person, a lot of people will want to see that stuff from them. I mean, yeah. Yeah, I guess so. Clutch Twitter is free.
And that's the thing. Have you
Bella, what's up?
Seen what pops up on fucking X or Twitter or whatever the hell it is now?
It's X, bro. Get it right.
But have you seen the shit that pops up on that?
Yeah.
You're seeing like short clips of sex.
I can't believe they have that stuff on there. And if you don't click that X and get it off of there and tell them you don't want to see more shit like this, it will just keep popping up. Especially if you're Justin and you sit there on the video and let the whole video play through, then his whole feed is going to be those videos. Fucking algorithms, am I right?
Fucking algorithms. No,
guys, speaking of algorithms, go back and listen to episode 17 where we talked about the social dilemma. Justin missed that episode because it was one of his off weeks, but we had our good friend Derek on, and that was a fantastic episode. Alex, my wifey, says, can they see who is subscribing? Like if Justin creeps and pays to see his neighbor nude, can they see it's him? That's a good fucking question. I'm curious.
It's all username.
It's all username. So when you pay to subscribe, it doesn't show any information from that purchase? Because I would guess not, because it's like the same thing with Twitch. Like we get subscribers and we don't see any of their account information. We see their username pop up, and that's that.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of our guest that we had recently, Derek, we've got more people lined up, guys. And if you want to join the show, man, you just got to let us know. Right, Jared?
I gotta tell you something very important, okay?
Jared on fire. That was an AI singing,
He must
right?
like that beat because he's like in the background.
Yeah, no,
bopping.
I found some AIs that will sing anything that you tell it to. So I was like messing around one day. I'm like, you know what?
Man.
Let's try it out.
AI is super scary, dude. AI is super scary. Hey, guys, we did an episode on that. I think that was episode 25 where we discussed AI and how it's going to take over the world. Maybe you should go back and check that out, too.
It already has. The stupid fucking TikToks that
It really has.
the chicks doing the stupid fucking AI bullshit. Like, oh my god.
God damn, this is still fucking hot, dude. This,
Hey, where'd you get
this
that?
fake coffee is still hot. Man, this fucking Tumblr, this NDT podcast Tumblr from streamlabs.com / NDT podcast / merch. It is fucking awesome. It just keeps my hot drink really fucking hot. And, you know, I used it the other day. It kept my cold drink really fucking cold. It was incredible.
And I mean,
Absolutely
I guess
incredible.
since we're in the season, makes a great Christmas gift.
Yes. Yes, it does. I mean, I
Be sure
guess.
to order
So
yours
right here,
now
I guess.
so you get it for Christmas.
You should. You should.
Selling like hotcakes.
Tommy says if she's famous, there's fapping. You fucking guys, man.
Oh.
Yo, Jack Ryan, you telling me you don't want to see what Cardi arse actually looks like? No, I don't. I'm not a Cardi B fan at all.
You wouldn't have to pay for that. That's all over the fucking internet. She was a goddamn stripper.
Probably. Did you see that? Here's the other issue I have, man. Did you see Pornhub's and this was like 2 years ago? It started. They were in a world of shit because some of the people that were in charge admitted to, you know, there being minors exploited on their program, and being involved in sex trafficking and all that shit.
I haven't seen that.
Like they knew about videos and they didn't take them down.
Yeah, I mean, there was that whole thing where so they wouldn't show their faces in these videos because you would have people who would claim, "Oh yeah, no, that was me, and I'm over 18," you know,
Mm-hmm.
and so it was a way for them to do that, and then so they're going through all these lawsuits, and parent company of Pornhub, which was MindGeek, actually changed their name recently to AYLO, AYLO, I think, in the midst of the lawsuits and stuff like that, because they were getting sued for all the underage porn that they were producing, and it was all the people like in the higher ups. They all know about it. They knew about it, and they got people whistleblowing saying that they all knew about it.
It's amazing that the website is still up. Yeah. Yeah, because that's a fucking huge deal right now, man. The trafficking issue.
Yeah,
If you have a means,
if they can
stop that
fucking
shit.
prove that, they're fucked.
if you have the means to stop even one, you have a moral obligation to do so.
100%.
If not, your world should be fucked up. Period. And they changed the name of the parent company, but the name Pornhub still exists, which is like the big one that's tacked to that. I don't know. I think this all goes with where our society has gone, man. It's Biden's fault.
Probably.
Everything is. Let's be honest. Isn't that what Ashton Kutcher does? Yeah, dude. He's really said fuck it to Hollywood. Forget that bullshit. And he spends his life now trying to end sex trafficking.
He had a group
with
of
kids.
actors that were doing that, right?
Yeah, and eventually they'll all get suicided. I mean, unalived.
Hillary.
What gets flagged nowadays? We're on YouTube. We're starting to grow. I hope they don't fucking flag our shit. I better start making sure all my stuff is legit and saved and everything because we're going to get flagged one of these days. Who is? Oh, because of his former co-star. What did he say about him? I'm assuming that's what you're talking about, right? What the fuck's that guy's name?
Danny Masterson.
Masterson, that's it. Yeah, but Ashton, you're talking about what did he say something about Danny Masterson?
He backed them up during the trial.
And I wonder if that's just because he didn't know if it was true or not. He was trying to believe in him, which
and like gone back on shit he said.
Did he? I would like to know that. But he's doing good work with trying to stop traffickers.
I mean, he's been friends with Masterson for how fucking long?
Oh, yeah. See, he said he was a good dude, but then retracted it after. Because, I mean, again,
but he was basing that on what he knew about
what he knew of him. Yeah,
he knew a lot about him, and that side he didn't know about. People are good at hiding that shit.
I was just gonna say,
I won't ever knock Ashton Kutcher for supporting Danny Masterson during the trial, but
if he still supported him after it,
yeah.
If he supported him after it, that would be different. If he supported him after everything was validated as true, that would be a big issue.
And I'm not even saying he can't still be friends with them or friendly with him.
I wouldn't want to be.
I wouldn't want to be either, but I won't knock somebody. You have to condone what they did and not be okay with that. Doesn't mean you still don't like them as the person you know. That's not going to go away.
And let's not get it twisted. I don't give a fuck about anyone in Hollywood, whether it's Ashton Kutcher, Topher Grace, Mila Kunis, any of them from that 70s show. I don't care. I don't care about anybody from Hollywood the same way a lot of people do. And fuck Taylor Swift. I said it. Said what I said. Fuck Taylor Swift. Which reminds me, by the way, guys, I did make a guest appearance on another podcast. The episode came out yesterday. It's a podcast called The Sunday Night Army. It is a music podcast. And this guy reached out to me. His name is Jacob. And he asked a few questions. And I answered a few questions. It's on the episode. Make sure you go to The Sunday Night Army on Spotify and check it out. It's good stuff. You'll like my answer.
You mustn't interfere with the past. Don't do anything that affects anything unless it turns out you were supposed to do it. In which case, for the love of God, don't not do it.
Do the thing, and you do it right, and you don't fuck it up, it works. It just works.
That's for if you have ever thought about starting your own show. We can help. We got some shit in the works. We have some shit in the works coming up, guys.
We do.
I think you've seen it on Facebook. I don't know. I put out the feelers. We got a few things coming. We're working on them.
So I kind of want to answer the questions you answered now.
I know, right? But he might ask different questions.
Well, no. Because I know your answers. So to the first question, which was, who did you find later in life?
Later in life
that you really
I'm surprised
enjoy?
I didn't know sooner.
Jelly Roll.
Yeah, but how long has he been around? It's someone that you found later in life that you surprised you didn't know earlier.
He's been around for a while, man. He's been making, like, he used to rap.
Yeah.
But and then the second one was, who do you think's overrated? You said, of course, Taylor Swift, and I think the only reason you're stuck on her is because she's getting so much publicity now because of the.
It's NFL because it's a cult-like following.
Right. I'm going to say Beyonce.
Yeah. Oh, dude. Yes.
Very good. But she got the following because she was Queen Bee. Like,
she didn't write her shit. She's not musically talented at all. You are 100% spot on with her, dude.
That's why I wouldn't go Taylor Swift, because she's got musical talent. She writes her own shit. She plays her own music. She sings her own songs. You may not like her because she has a cult following, but
I think her music is trash.
And that's your opinion.
It is, and everyone's entitled to their own opinion. I don't care if people like her. I think she's trash. I think every song sounds the same.
Oh, that sounds like something a chicken would say.
I think she dates men just so she could break up with them and write a song about them. Scoops, I disagree.
All she's got, Scoops. That's all she's got is a voice.
It took what was the fact? Was it like 18 writers for all the single ladies? The whole song is literally all the single ladies, what the fuck? That that comparison when Beck won Musician of the Year or some shit. And Kanye said something about Beyonce should have won it. She's more talented.
I thought
Beck writes all his. I think it was Beck. No, that was a different one. That was Kanye for Taylor Swift.
No, but he grabbed the mic from Taylor Swift and said Beyonce should have won.
Yeah, but there was one there where they compared. I don't know if it was him. It might have been someone else. They compared her to Beck. And I'm not a Beck fan, but he's a lot more talented musically.
Yes.
Half of fucking music today is garbage. I mentioned the show, and now we went in a completely different twist. So now we're getting off topic. I think our whole topic is we got what we wanted to get. We're at our point.
Yeah, now I want to go into music though. Like,
well, save it for another episode. We always need more topics. And actually, Jared's got a good one for us for next week, so we'll talk about that afterwards. Right.
All right. I'm down.
But I say, again, guys, thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight on the Nonsense and Deep Thoughts podcast. We greatly appreciate it. Again, make sure to like, comment, share the shit out of the show with your friends on Facebook and wherever you can. Make sure you head on over to YouTube. Even if you don't watch us on YouTube all the time, please head over to YouTube, drop a subscription, share that YouTube channel because that's where a lot of people watch. Eventually, I would like to get the show over on Rumble. We'll see what happens. And we do release it on Spotify. Tell people about that. Get it over on Spotify while you're driving, cleaning, doing whatever the hell you're doing.
Do we put the video on Spotify too? Because I know they have video too.
I do not put the video on Spotify at the moment. I just figure that if we want video, if people want to see the video, go to YouTube. I want our YouTube channel to grow. I'm not going to share it in both places. Joseph wants to know when the next one is. Jared, can you share that? You got that for us, Jared? Our schedule. Here we go. So it's awkward. For now, this is what our schedule is. Every other Monday, every other Sunday, as seen in the screen. So this is what we're working with because of Justin's schedule. He's one of those weird graveyard guys who does an awkward fucking schedule, and those are the days we can do it.
I love it.
Okay. So the next one is going to be this upcoming Sunday night, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you guys so much for hanging out, yelling at me, and letting me yell at Justin because that is the favorite part of my week. I appreciate it. Amanda, hello and good night. Make sure you rewatch the show or listen on Spotify. Either or, guys, we'll see you next week.
Later.
My friend here, Justin, he's already taken, and he's cracked at Fortnite, my guy.
All right, y'all. It's the Nonsense and Deep Thoughts podcast.